Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Crazy Train Radio proudly brings to you its version of A Nightmare on Elm Street Jeopardy!
Welcome to prime time, bitch! Ha 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 ha!
So now, why don't we go ahead and show the rules of this game? Contestants must give an answer in the form of a question. The top 3 scores will move on to round 2. If you don't make the cut, please mute yourself so audio don't interrupt the game. Each contestant will be able to call one daily double per round, almost like you would do during blackjack, in terms of a split and stuff like that, for those familiar with card games. Contestant must announce their daily double usage before the clue is read. Final Jeopardy! Contestants will have 30 seconds to write a response phrased in the form of a question. Prizes are still being finalized during this taping, but the top scorer will be awarded with a special prize. FYI, we are going to announce it at the end of the episode, so stay tuned. So why not go ahead and let's have the contestants introduce themselves so we can get on with the game.
All right, cool. Jim Martin from Buffalo, New York, and fan of the franchise, really the entire thing, but the one that started it all for me was Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2, Freddy's Revenge.
Latrice, the birthday gal.
Hello, everybody. My name is Latrice Carter, and today is my birthday. I am from Plano, Texas. Well, actually, I'm from Detroit, Michigan originally, but we moved to Plano, Texas. And my favorite movie of the franchise would have to be parts 3 and 4.
Not a bad choice of pictures, that's for sure. Thank you for playing. Corey, Mr. Corey Thompson.
So Corey Thompson, originally from Allentown, Pennsylvania, been in Las Vegas for 15 years. And definitely Nightmare 4 would be first.
Right on. Thanks for joining us. Michael.
Yeah, I'm from a little town called Portsmouth, Ohio. And my favorite would probably have to be the first film. I've just always really liked it. You can't beat the creep factor of the first film.
That's true.
Well, let me ask, because you mentioned you are from Ohio. You're not anywhere near Springwood, are you?
No.
Had to go there, it's...
But every town has an Elm Street.
Thank you, sir. Alex.
Hi, I'm Alex Abundis from Colorado Springs, Colorado. And definitely I have to give an homage to the first one. It started my love of horror movies. But I really love the music and the soundtrack of Nightmare 4.
So it looks like you might be good with one of the categories we will see down the line today because of something you just said. However, I'm going to do my best Alex impersonation here. We were kidding about Alex's language on the show prior to starting the taping. But Alex, I want to mention is, if I'm wrong here, please tell me, because of previous conversations with you, sir. that you actually just finished school, correct?
I did. I just got my master's degree. So
What in?
in project management. So I'm gonna go manage some projects now.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Well, maybe, never mind. It'd be off topic, but maybe I could hire you for your first project to fix something that was jacked up in the mail for me, but that's a whole nother here nor there.
Okay.
Have
your people call my people.
I think we can make that happen. I definitely think we can make that happen because project managers are like the BS degrees. Bullshit. Oh, wait, no. No, all kidding aside, congratulations on the degree. Did we miss anybody? Well, I will mention, and I was joking as everybody was coming to the room, if the scores are jacked up, it's all Sanda's fault. And it's all those Tampa, Florida people.
Shanda.
Yeah. See? I was screwing with you.
Yeah, I know how. I have a master's too, so I'm good. Project management, though.
So everybody could see the lovely logo that I had borrowed. Even though I'm sure there'll be a copyright infringement. And so all the fans know the rules we are playing by. Here they are. But I also want to mention I made a little change in the rules because for those who watch the normal show are familiar with daily doubles. However, instead of it being on the board, we are going to give each contestant the ability to call their own daily double throughout the game, per round, I should say. Like almost if you were splitting cards in blackjack. So everybody will have an opportunity to do so if they wish to. So let's go to the first round board. So we got vehicles, locations, actors, kills, special effects, and budgets. So with that being said,
Jonathan, are we supposed to see the screen?
You can't see it?
No, I can't see it.
Thank you for the heads up.
Mhm.
All right. Put it bink, bink, bink. Let me do this.
So why don't we go ahead and introduce the big board for round number 1. We have vehicles, locations, actors, kills, special effects, and budgets.
To choose the person to start the game, I hope everybody thinks this is fair, but I would like to start with the birthday girl, Latrice, to choose the first category and question.
Good choice.
Go ahead, Latrice.
Kills for $400.
Kills for $400.
Not only did this scene introduce one of many iconic variations Freddy would have with his famous weapon, but it also gave fans one of the most memorable kills in the franchise. Name this victim that showed how Freddy preys on the fears of his victims.
What is the first part of the first Nightmare on Elm Street?
No. Floor is open to everybody else. What do you got, Jim?
What is Taryn's death scene in Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3?
Could you repeat the character name there?
Taryn?
Correct. So, as the regular game would go, Jim, you have the next.
All right. I'll go with actors for 600.
Actors for 600. Roy Scheider, who was famous for his role in Jaws, was considered for this role in the original Nightmare film, but turned it down because he was busy shooting 2010, the year we made contact, in 1984.
Who was Donald Thompson?
That is I will give you, you're thinking the character Lieutenant Thompson. Oh,
Yeah,
wait.
Don Thompson.
Okay, you are correct. Sorry, I missed brain fart. So Jim has answered that last question, so he will pick the next category.
I'm going to go with actors for 400.
Actors for 400. Alice Cooper agreed to be in Freddy's Dead: The Final Nightmare as Freddy's dad because of what reason? Sounded like the dog, no?
Sorry about that. Hope that dog didn't just cost me 400 points.
Would anybody like to take a crack before we... Latrice, what you got?
What is, he didn't have to be himself. He got to play another character.
Before I say yay or nay on that, I just want to clarify, Latrice, if I can. When you say himself, are you talking Alice Cooper on stage or off stage?
The Alice Cooper on stage.
That is correct. So, Latrice, next category, please.
I'll take locations for 200.
Locations for 200.
Kaiser Steel Mill, Fontana, California, is the location for this set.
Jim, what do you got?
The plant in Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2, referred to as a boiler room, but definitely was not a true boiler room.
Scorekeeper, you see the official answers. Give me a positive or negative on that.
Wasn't in the form of a question.
Alex, didn't I just do something nice for you at the beginning? What is?
Okay, but
everyone's given one.
Yeah, fair warning. Scorekeeper, can I give it to him?
Say it again, Jim. What did you say in the beginning first?
For posterity, I'll say what was. So what was the plant used in Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2, where they said Freddy lived?
What type of plant?
Power plant.
Yeah.
All right. Mr. Jim, next topic, please.
Let's see. I'll go with vehicles for 200.
Vehicles for 200.
This car famously drives away at the end of the original film with a red and green patterned hardtop and was shot with a few different endings.
Jim?
What is a 1956 Cadillac?
Nope. Alex?
What is a Plymouth Fury?
No. Anybody else like a shot? Jim was close. He had the right brand of vehicle, but it was a 1958.
Oh.
It was actually a 58 Cadillac Series 62 convertible. Jim, you had the board, so go ahead.
Let's see. I'll go with actors for 800.
Actors for 800. Catherine Isabel, who played Gib in Freddy vs. Jason, is always shown wearing a red baseball hat. Which actress and movie was this a nod to? Alex.
PJ Souls in Carrie.
Correct. So, Alex, you, sir, are on the board. What are we going with?
Let's do. How about kills for 800.
Kills for 800.
Known for two-stepping during his time within the movie, Freddy certainly used this to his advantage in terms of helping this victim sleepwalk his way off a building to his death.
Jim, what do you got?
Who is Philip?
Correct. I figured that'd be an easy one. But I had to get cute with how I asked. I don't know why I was thinking line dancing with writing the questions, but what the hell? So, Jim, what are we going with, sir?
Let's go with kills for 1,000.
Kills for 1,000.
While this victim was the last to die within her group of friends, her death is not only one of the most popular, but also the setup leading to her death is loved. She certainly got stuck on her way to check out.
Patrice.
Who is Kristen?
Nope. Alex.
Who is the roach girl? God dang it! Why can't I remember her name? The pressure. Who is? Do you want her actor name or her real name or her name in the movie?
We will take whatever you have.
Who is Brooke Beast?
Correct.
Okay, cool. I could not remember her name for the life of me.
And for the record, which most people remember, it is Debbie Stevens.
Yes.
Debbie! Duh.
Hey, yo, needle dick.
You can check in, but you can't check out.
He had the right person, so we will give credit for that.
Whoever watches this, I swear I'm a fan of these movies, and I've seen them a million times.
I can testify because he's joined some of the watch-alongs and just conversations with him. He is telling the truth.
I swear.
No, I feel need to back you up there. He's not just saying to say.
You just have no long-term memory because you get high all the time.
So, Alex, what do we got?
How about vehicles for 400?
Vehicles for 400.
During part 4, Kristen's mom honks the horn of this car and screams, "Kristen, get the hell away from the house. On delay."
Kristen, get the hell away from that house! On delay!
Floor is open. Corey, what do you got?
The station wagon?
No. Alex, what's your pick?
What is a blue car?
I can handle things. I'm smart. Not like everybody says. Like dumb, I'm smart and I want respect.
Oh, the manufacturer would sure as hell love you on that one, but no. What is a 1988 Mercedes-Benz 300 CE?
What color was it?
Silver, I believe.
Is silver or gold? So, Alex, you had the last correct answer, so...
How about special effects for 200?
Special effects for 200.
According to Wes Craven on a DVD audio commentary, he was told the original Nightmare on Elm Street was the first film to use this in a film.
Alex, what do you got?
What is the revolving room?
No. Corey, what do you got?
What is the volcano bed?
No. Alex, go ahead.
What is the fishing rods?
No. What it was the use of a breakaway mirror.
Oh, really?
So, Alex, next category, please.
did we do actors for 200?
That is on the board. Heather Langenkamp beat out over 200 actresses for the role of Nancy Thompson. Name at least 2 of the talent. Alex.
I know, I think Brooke Shields. Oh, who is Brooke Shields and who is Demi Moore?
Demi was on the board.
Cool.
Can you give me at least one more?
No.
Latrice.
What do you got?
Well, I actually did a Nightmare on Street on my podcast, and I couldn't believe when I had read this, but I read that Tracy Gold had gone out for Nancy.
She's on the list. Can you give me one more because right now it'd be you and Alex both were one on that list.
No, she was the only one I read.
All right. So scorekeeper.
What's the difference?
100 each. That's cool.
We can do that. Fair enough. Some of those other actresses, which many would know from that time, were just getting started. Courtney Cox, Tracy
that's right.
Claudia Williams, and say one being Miss Jennifer Grey. So, to be fair, Miss Latrice, since it's your birthday and you both split, what is the next section, please?
How about actors for 800?
That was already taken.
Oh, how about actors for 600?
The only one in that category left, and don't know how to X them out here, is actors for 1,000.
Oh, actors for 1,000, please.
In Dreamchild, Patrice Bopple was cast for an appearance as Amanda Kruger / Sister Mary Helena for the second and last time this character was seen on film. What was the other appearance? Latrice.
On Nightmare on Elm Street 3, The Dream Warriors.
Correct. So that wipes out actors category, folks. So, Latrice.
What is our next category?
Let's go for kills for 1,000.
Kills for 1,000 was taken. The last one in that category is for 200.
Oh, okay, 200.
You'll take kills for 200. And remember, folks, you do have an opportunity for daily doubles as well. So,
It should be open too, Jonathan.
What's that?
600 should be open too.
Oh, you are correct. Thank you, scorekeeper.
This kill was very violent, intriguing, and set the tone for the rest of the film. Her death was brutal mainly due to being dragged up the wall and onto the ceiling before falling into a pool of her own blood. Who was this?
Jim?
What was Tina Gray's death scene?
Correct. So, Mr. Jim, back on the board. So, do you have?
So if I use the daily double, do I get first crack at it, just like on the regular?
Yeah, yes, you would, and you choose your amount. So, scorekeeper, how many points does Jim have?
2,000.
He's up to 1,000?
2,000.
Oh, 2,000. So, Mr. Jim, how much would you like to put on the line there?
I'm going to close out the category for kills, and I'll put up 1,000.
All right.
This victim was one of the smartest of all the kids Freddy tangled with, but he certainly took advantage of her after falling asleep in class and wanting to suck face. Jim, what do you got?
Who was Sheila?
Correct. And I know I'm going to get a text about the way I worded this, but I know she loves to kill in Toy Newkirk.
Gotta love Toy. Gotta love.
Yes, I know. Once she sees this, it'll be, what the hell, man? Just Toy
I
being
can thank her for giving me some good points. I mean, thank you, Toy.
Yeah. All right. So that wipes out both actors and kills. So, Mr. Jim, next topic, sir.
Let's try budgets for 400.
Budgets for 400.
The budget of this particular film in the series was $13 million to make, which made it the most expensive film of the franchise at the time, until it got surpassed by Freddy vs. Jason, which cost $25 million. Which film was this?
Alex,
I'm so sorry. What is Nightmare on Elm Street 4?
yes, sir.
Yeah.
So, Alex, what is your next choice, sir?
How about locations for 600?
Locations for 600.
Cafe Laurent at 4243 Overland Avenue, Culver City, California, stood for what filming location?
Corey, what do you got?
Craven Diner.
Very good. Corey is on thy board. So, Mr. Corey, what would you choose for the next category?
Special effects 200.
That has been taken, but everything else is open on that.
400 special effects for 400.
Special effects man Rick Lazarian created what for a particular famous scene in part 2, but his creation for the effect wasn't used because filmmakers wanted a regular looking what?
Jim,
What is a bird?
scorekeeper, can I?
Or what is a parakeet, if you'd rather be more...
Okay, I will take that. He had the demonic parakeet to be used as the bird in the Walsh living room. So, Mr. Jim, what are we going with next, sir?
I guess we'll go with special effects for 600, if that's open.
Yes, it is.
According to Jim Doyle from Special Effects, there was how many effect shots within the original 90-minute film?
Would anybody like a crack?
Peter, did you get a new buttocks?
I had to. My old one had a crack in it.
Alex.
128.
Wrong. What is 80 effects?
And I didn't even say it in the form of a question. I'm sorry.
All good. So, Mr. Jim?
Let's go with special effects for 800.
Special effects 800. During this scene, director Chuck Russell stated that a particular sequence was very difficult to do since this was before CGI, which forced them to get inventive. Which scene was it, and what did they use to help complete the effect?
Jim, what do you got?
What was the scene in the junkyard with Freddy's skeleton and they used stop motion animation?
No. Alex.
What was the door scene? No.
Are you talking when they went down the stairs?
Yeah.
No.
You don't get two shots.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just thought of it. What was the puppet scene? The actual puppet.
You know what really grinds my gears? You, America. Fuck you.
It was the mirror sequence, and what they used was Mylar to manipulate in front of the camera to get the shot done.
You and these damn mirrors.
Yes. So, Mr. Jim.
I guess we'll try locations for 800 if it's open.
Yes, sir.
UCLA Westwood, Los Angeles, California, served as this particular main location in Part 3.
Alex,
What is the hospital?
what kind of hospital was it?
What is the psych ward?
Yes. Yes, Western Hills.
Western Hills, yes.
But you got the right hospital. So, Mr. Alex, what do we got?
Let's go ahead and roll the dice and say locations for 1,000.
Okay.
This famously closed jail for asbestos is the location for the boiler room in the original Nightmare.
Alex, go ahead.
Where is the Los Angeles County Jail?
No. Would anybody else like an opportunity?
Well, we're waiting. How about no, you crazy Dutch bastard?
What is Lincoln Heights Jail in Los Angeles, California? Jim, we have spots in budgets, vehicles, and one for special effects.
Let's close out special effects.
In the original film, the sparking glove effect, seen throughout the movie, was achieved by attaching the glove to what? Also, what created the famous scraping noise?
Alex.
What is a car battery and what is a metal chair?
Do you know what they used on the metal chair?
What is a steak knife?
Correct. So, Mr. Alex, we have spots for budget and vehicles.
There's one in location for 400 too.
Thank you. This is why we keep her around. Again, you always surround yourself with smarter people.
Let's go ahead and close out location for 400.
Right on, we can do that.
Charles Evans Hughes Jr. High School in Woodland Hills, Los Angeles, California, was the location for what?
Alex.
What was the high school in Nightmare on Elm Street 2?
And I know it's dumb, but to be specific, what was the town high school?
What is Springwood High?
Right on.
I really thought I wasn't gonna do well at this game.
Hey, not bad.
Just know I have a whole bag of shh with your name on it.
All right, folks. So we have everything in budget except for 400. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. We also have 3 in vehicles still. So, Alex.
Did we do vehicles for 600 already?
We have that open.
This jock's vehicle, which has a famous technical boo-boo during its film appearance, certainly fits the bill as far as the character's personality.
Jim, what do you got?
Who was Dan Jordan?
Correct. Now, curious to know, do you know the type of vehicle it was?
I am so bad when it comes to vehicles. I know that it was a red truck with an awesome grill on the front of it, but that's about as much as I know.
I award you no points.
Was an Ford F-100. Just to have that on thy record.
When I saw vehicles as a category, I was like, well, I might as well stop.
Yeah, me too.
At least he's on
wheels, Alex.
At least he's honest about it.
I think I know the answer, Mr. Garrison. Shut up, fat boy. Hey, don't call me fat, you fucking Jew.
Eric, did you just say the F word?
Jew? No, he's talking about fuck. You can't say fuck in school, you fucking fat ass.
Kyle.
Why the fuck not?
Eric.
Dude, you just said fuck again.
Stanley.
Who?
Kenny.
What's the big deal? It doesn't hurt anybody. Fuck, fuckity, fuck, fuck, fuck.
So, Mr. Jim.
Well, based on my last little joke about not knowing much about vehicles, I think I'm going to go over to budgets. What did we have open in budgets?
Everything but 400.
Let's do budgets for 6.
Over the course of this film's long development stage, New Line Cinema reportedly spent around $6 million on it. It ultimately received 18 different drafts of the screenplay submitted by over a dozen different screenwriters. Which movie was it?
Latrice.
What is Freddy versus Jason?
Correct. So you have the board.
Latrice.
All right. Let's go 800 for budgets.
Right on.
This film in the franchise grossed over $8 million over its opening weekend in the U.S. against its estimated $4.5 million budget. Which film was this?
Alex.
What is Nightmare on Elm Street 3?
Correct. So, Alex, which one would you like to go with, budget or the vehicles? We have 2 apiece in each.
Let's go ahead and do vehicles for 1,000.
Ooh, somebody getting brave.
The Deadly Dinosaur is not only known for being driven by Jesse in Nightmare Part 2, but is also used by Laura Park Lincoln in a 1988 episode of Freddy's Nightmares. It's a Miserable Life.
Floor is open. What is a 1966 Dodge Dart GT convertible?
Numbskull!
So, Mr. Alex, we got 1 in vehicles and 2 in budget.
Let's do, what is it, budget for 1,000?
All right.
This film had an estimated budget of $6 million, but brought in just over $8 million during its opening weekend. This film was considered a flop within the series. Which picture was it?
Latrice.
What is Nightmare on Elm Street 5, the Dreams File?
Correct.
Latrice.
So, we have 200 in budget available, and we have 800 in vehicles.
I'll go 200 for budgets.
Right on.
This film in the franchise cost roughly $1.8 million to produce, but this figure was earned back during its opening weekend.
Alex.
What is Nightmare on Elm Street? The first
Correct. So, we have 1 left, and that being vehicles for 800.
Brendan Fletcher's character, Mark, lends his friend Will, played by Jason Ritter, his van. What type of van is this?
Michael, what do you got?
Freddy versus Jason.
Well, no, I'm asking a type of vehicle.
Oh, type of vehicle.
I will throw this out for the room, since it is the last question. Think of a famous cartoon. Latrice.
What is the Scooby-Doo van?
Scooby-Dooby-Doo!
We are thinking that, but would you have a year on that van?
1978?
No. It's a 1983 GMC Vandora. But I figured people would get a crack out if I said that. So.
I was literally just going to say my brother's pride and joy. It's wrong, but it's the line from the movie.
Yes. So, since that is the end of round 1, scorekeeper, where are we at?
Okay, we have Latrice at 1,700, Alex at 20. I can't read. 2,500, and Jim at 3,200. Those three.
So it'll be Latrice, Alex, and
Jim.
Jim. Well, so they will be moving on to round 2. Everybody else is more than welcome to stick around. All right. So, since Alex had mentioned he was a fan of the music, this one category might be up his alley. We have music. We have pop culture references. You said what? In other words, classic lines from the franchise. Bloopers. Freddy's Nightmares. And intros. So, scorekeeper, who was our top points leader?
Jim.
So, Jim, why don't you start us off?
All right. Let's start with you said what for 600?
You said what for 600?
Sleep, those little slices of death. How I loathed them. This quote was seen on the first title card of which installment and who provided this quote?
Alex.
Nightmare on Elm Street. Oh, sorry. What is Nightmare on Elm Street 3? And who is Poe? No. Yes, sure.
To quote Regis Philbin, is that your final answer?
That's my final answer.
Correct.
Yay! I wrote a play and I used that same quote, so if I got it wrong, I was going to be so mad.
So, Alex, which way are we going next, sir?
Can we do music for 400, please?
Music for 400.
This actress also has a credit within the movie for writing and performing the opening theme running from this nightmare. This is the only film of the franchise to have an original song in the opening credits.
So there are 2 questions in this, so I'm going to answer both, I guess. But the actress, who is Tuesday Night, and the only film, what is Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4?
Correct.
Love that song.
Great song.
Have y'all heard her other music? Her other, yeah, it's so good. I love 80s music so much. So her Don't Talk Back album is like.
So, Mr. Jim, which direction are we going, sir?
I'm curious about this, so let's go with bloopers for 400.
Bloopers for 400.
In part 3, what are the 2 things that noticeably change throughout the movie and sometimes within the same scene?
Jim.
What is Nancy Thompson's gray streak in her hair?
Not the blooper we have on record.
It is true.
Yeah, it's true, but there was a couple.
Well, that's one of them.
You begging for the points.
So does that one count and I just got to think of another one, or is that a completely different thing that you were looking for?
Different from what we were looking for.
Yay points, no points? What am I doing here?
No points.
Do I lose any, though?
No.
It is technically correct. Yeah. Fantastic.
Woohoo! Nobody has lost any points.
Oh, cool.
Sounds like somebody's phoning a friend. Alex.
What is the Nightmare on Elm Street house set? Or the inside of the house? What is the Nightmare on Elm Street house interior? That's what I want to say.
No.
Darn it.
Latrice?
Oh, no, I'm stumped.
What is Robert Englund's tone and pitch?
Mm-hmm. True.
Okay. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I never would have got that.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it was, just as a side note here, as I pull up the board, since it won't let me do what we did last time. It was during 3 that they finally got a grasp on his tone and pitch as a character from an audio technical standpoint.
This is it, Jennifer. Your big breaking TV. Welcome to prime time, bitch.
All right, Mr. Jim. What are we going with on the board here?
Let's go with intros for 200.
Intros for 200.
In this intro, the house has a flipped or mirrored look onto itself.
Alex.
What is Nightmare on Elm Street 4?
So, Mr. Alex.
Music for 800, please, Jonathan.
During this particular music video, Freddy woke up at the end of his nightmare asking, who were those guys? Who was he referencing from the video, and what was the song?
Jim.
Who was Dokken? And name of the song was Dream Warriors.
Right on.
Hate you, Jim.
Because I respect you all so much, I'm not going to do the high falsetto. I could, I'm not gonna.
So, Jim, which way are we going?
We'll do pop culture references for 400.
Wes Craven appears as a janitor wearing Freddy's green and red sweater in this film.
Patrice.
What is Scream?
Correct, Latrice.
Just watch that.
So, Latrice, go ahead. What do we got?
Let's go for music for 400. And can I do a daily double?
That was taken.
Oh, the 200.
Okay, we will do 200. And she is going to go with the daily double.
This fan favorite from the series, Boyfriend, at the time of shooting, is given credit in helping create Freddy's nursery rhyme. Whom is this actress? Latrice.
Who is Heather Ravenhill?
Correct.
I was gonna say,
I was waiting for you, Alex, ready at the jump.
I knew you were gonna say something.
I watch Jeopardy a lot too. So
I could just see you yelling at
they
your
get all mad when they forget.
Okay, that does it. Screw you guys, I'm going home.
Miss Latrice, what are we going with next?
How about pop culture references for 600?
For a 600.
On this adult animated stop-motion sketch comedy TV series, the episode called That Hurts Me, Freddy is one of 6 horror movie villains on Big Brother.
Jim.
What is Robot Chicken?
Ask a silly question and get a silly answer.
Correct. I can say that, not that I've seen them all, but Robot Chicken references Freddy a few times throughout the series.
One of the best ones is when he can't get the sweater off. It's genius.
That guy in a little coat.
Don't.
That guy in a little coat. That guy in a little coat.
Take it off, dickhead. I'm serious.
Richard, what's happening?
So, Mr. Jim, what are we going with next, sir?
Let's do pop culture references for 800.
For $800.
This movie has a shed shot where Freddy's glove is hanging on the wall.
Evil Dead. Oh, sorry. What is Evil Dead 2?
Yes. And if you scream Alex one more time, I might reach through the screen. Like Freddy's tongue. Mr. Triple Alex. So, what are we going with next, sir?
I'd like to do music for 1,000, please, and I'd like to do a daily double of 500, so I can get first crack and Jim can't steal it from me.
Oh, boy. The knives or the finger glove is coming out, folks. So, let's see. What
This
else?
can be the one music one that I don't know.
If I know it, I'm screaming my name 3 times.
A Nightmare on Elm Street 4 is the first to have a rap song in the ending credits. What is the song?
Alex.
Is it really rap though? What is I Want Your Hands on Me?
That be no. So the floor is open. Latrice, what you got?
Are you ready for Freddy by the Fat Boys?
Correct. So, Miss Latrice, what are we going with for the next topic?
For the next topic, I will have, how about Freddy's Nightmares for 200?
Interesting. Now, for everybody's reference, Freddy's Nightmares is based on the TV series. So you said we're going 200, correct?
Yes, sir.
On what episode was the one time we see Freddy's trial?
Jim.
What is No More Mr. Nice Guy?
Correct.
No more Mr. Nice Guy. No more Mr. Clean.
Was that the very first episode? Isn't that? Yeah.
Yes. Yes, it was. Yeah.
Directed by Toby Hooper.
It sure was. Yes.
That's why I love Nightmare. It has all the little horror elements. Directors, everybody gets involved.
So, what is our next topic?
I'm going to go with pop culture reference for 1,000. And can I also use my daily double? That way they're all gone for this round.
Right on.
And I'll do 1,000 for mine.
A bounty hunter in this film almost takes on Freddy's shape based on a cardboard cutout of Freddy Krueger.
God, I'm actually nervous.
He's just got a good front
on. What is Critters 2?
Correct.
Dang.
If you would have ever told me that, I would have gotten the question right because of Critters 2.
So, Mr. Jim, where are we going with next, sir?
Can we do Freddy's Nightmares for 400?
Yes, we can.
In It's a Miserable Life, Dr. Serling is a nod to Rod Serling, who was the television host of Night Gallery and What Famous Show? Season 1, Episode 2.
Jim.
What is the Twilight Zone?
Correct. So, next category, what are we going with?
I'll stick with Freddy's Nightmares for 600.
600.
This particular episode, during Season 1, Episode 14, has two special guest stars. One is known as Otis and Chop Top, and the other is known for Interview with a Vampire and the Ocean's movie series. Name these two actors.
Alex.
Who is Tom Cruise?
Wrong. Jim, what do you got?
Who are Bill Moseley and Brad Pitt?
Correct.
I will say, though, I now, more than anything in the world, want to see Tom Cruise play Chop Top and Otis.
I didn't even register that as, like, I knew Bill Moseley. I just saw Interview with the Vampire and Ocean's 11, and I was like, oh.
If there is a heaven and I'm allowed to sit in a movie theater and watch them run, that's right there, real one. Tom Cruise just picking at his scalp with a coat hanger. That's all I want to see.
You're my fave. Me and Bubba, my little brother, we listen to you every night. Music is my life.
So, what are we going with next?
Let's stick with Freddy's Nightmares for 800.
When she wasn't busy loosening up her buttons, this person, associated with the Pussycat Dolls, made an appearance during the Sisters Keeper episode as Allison, Season 1, Episode 7.
Alex, what do you got?
Who is Nicole Schumer?
No, that would not be it.
Darn it.
Who is Robin Anton?
We only care about Nicole.
Do I make you horny, baby?
Jim, what are we going with, sir?
Let's go ahead and close out the category. Freddy's Nightmares for 1,000.
Right on, we can do that.
This SVU superstar, who was also known to Freddy fans as Marsha Wildman during Freddy's Tricks and Treats. Who is this actress?
Alex.
Who is Mariska Hargitay?
Correct.
I love Mariska Hargitay. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I've not seen Freddy's Nightmares. I've only seen like 1 or 2 episodes of it, but I know me some Mariska Hargitay facts. I'll tell you what.
Scorekeeper, I think that there's a penalty for not watching Freddy's Nightmares.
I agree.
Fans,
for posterity's sake, sir, you got to go watch some of them. They are a trip. They are.
I've seen the one where there was like a diner or someone was working at a fast food restaurant or something.
Yep. Yeah, and his head pops out of
Doesn't count.
Yeah.
I can say this because they're hard to find, which, folks, a friend of the show and friend of the Nightmare community, DeAndre Lizer, does know where to find copies of the DVD. So,
Nice.
So I will say, I will refer to the DeAndre if you're looking to get the stuff on DVD and not watch it online.
I'm happy to say I have the 5 original VHSs that they had released for that in my collection, and I still.
Oh wow! Awesome.
But I'll put it this way: it's not DeAndre's fault, but she has promoted it on social media. But I will say, at least go her direction, she would know. Alex, since we have closed out Freddy's Nightmares, which would you like to look at?
Did we do You Said What for 600?
Yes, we did. That's the one we taken, and you actually scored on that one.
Let's do You Said What for 800, please.
He knew that we had it for 600. He just wanted to hear you say, and you got that right. It's all he knows how it happened.
And I know this will sound wrong, but
to remind me.
I know this will sound wrong, but I think Jim is correct that he wanted me to stroke his ego. But can we say that publicly?
Yes.
Yes, folks, we can. It was his ego, I said, not something else. Plus, I never claimed to be a PG show, so.
Well, Zoom can do a lot of things, but I don't think it can do that. So.
And I say, I'm stroking. That's what I'm doing. I be stroking. I stroke it to the east, and I stroke it to the west, and I stroke it to the woman that I love the best. I be stroking.
Hi, welcome to the Snake Pit. Who was greeting whom?
Hi, welcome to the Snake Pit.
Alex.
Who is Philip and who is Nancy in Nightmare on Elm Street 3?
Right on. Mr. Ego, Alex. So.
How about You Said What for 400?
And it took this long for it to go to that reference, folks. Yeah, we went there.
In her explanation to the person questioning her, this character is known for responding with, "Every kid knows who Freddy is. He's like Santa Claus or King Kong."
Jim.
Who is Heather Langenkamp in Wes Craven's New Nightmare playing Heather Langenkamp?
Well, this one just for fun, because obviously you are correct. Do you know who she was speaking to?
I don't know the name of the actress, unfortunately, but she is speaking to the doctor in the pediatrics ward.
Right on.
Who definitely was channeling Dr. Sims.
Yes, he was.
Oh, yeah. Come.
So, Dr. Sims, which would we like to go with?
Can I do intros for 400?
During this intro, the lead gets her feet stuck in a pool of slime while trying to run. Which film was it?
Jim.
What is Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3? Forgive me, who is Kristen Parker?
Correct. He went for a different version of the Daily Double.
Well, because I couldn't tell if you were saying the intro for the movie or the lead, so I hedged my bets.
Right on. And I'm surprised we haven't gotten to our video clue yet, but we're eliminating or the one that I have on record. So, as you were running through the sledge there, what we going with on this next category?
Can we do intros for 600?
Yes, we can.
Freddy vs. Jason only shows flashbacks to this franchise in the intro because New Line Cinema didn't have the rights to show other footage. Which series was it?
Alex.
What is Nightmare on Elm Street franchise?
You know, and it's hard to believe since we're playing Nightmare Jeopardy that would be an answer to one of the topics. I'm shocked. So,
was it right though?
Yeah, you were right.
Okay.
I was being a smartass.
Okay.
So, Mr. Alex, what are we going with, sir?
Can we do intros for 800?
Yes, we can.
This is the only film in the franchise that doesn't begin with a nightmare sequence.
Latrice, what do you got?
What is Freddy versus Jason?
That would be incorrect.
Oh.
Alex or Jim? Alex, would you like to shot?
No, I changed my mind.
Okay. Jim.
What is Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4? Not technically a nightmare?
No.
Sorry.
Alex, what do you have?
What is Nightmare on Elm Street 5?
No. What is Nightmare 3?
That is a dream sequence. Isn't she?
No, you're right.
Yeah. She was painting the house.
She's making a box thing.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. You got me. Good one. Good one.
Yes, because then that sequence that we talked about earlier with the slime comes in after she goes to bed.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Patricia Arquette. I swear it. I've hit it.
So, what are we going to go with next?
Alex is, yeah.
It's still me.
Yep.
I guess we'll go ahead and do classic scene or intros for 1,000.
Who is the actor who played the bus driver in the opening of A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2, Freddy's Revenge?
Jim.
Who is Robert Englund?
Correct.
I hate you and your one-syllable name.
Jimimum.
Jimim. You have to pronounce your whole name, Jimothy.
I could do that. I could. Then I would give way too many people way too much ammunition against me. Not doing it.
I don't even want to know. I do not even want to know what that was all about.
You are a smelly pirate hooker.
All right, so Freddy's Nightmares and intros is cleared out. So, Mr. Jim, where are we going?
Can I do You Said What for 1,000?
Yes, we can.
Only one thing can save the children now. The unquiet spirit must be laid to rest. Who gave this advice?
Jim.
Who is Sister Mary Helena, later to be found out to be Amanda Kruger?
Correct.
Woohoo!
So, Mr. Jim, where are we going?
Let's finish out the You Said What category, please.
So that would be You Said What for 200.
This producer and executive is credited for having the idea for the line, "You got the body, I got the brains."
You've got the body. I've got the brain.
Jim.
Who is Robert Shea?
Correct.
You've got the body. I've got the brain.
So that finishes out You Said What category. So as we stand right now, we have closed out You Said What, Freddy's Nightmares, and Intros. So Jim, where were we going now?
What do we have left in pop culture reference?
200.
Let's close out pop culture reference.
You said pop culture for 200.
A Nightmare on Elm Street 5, The Dream Child, was seen playing at a movie theater in what 2017 movie, since the film setting is in 1989?
Jim.
What is Stephen King's It?
Correct.
I got a balloon for you. Don't you want a balloon? What's the matter? One balloon, not enough.
I had a minor freak out moment when I saw that in the theater. Like, it's him!
So we closed out pop culture references. So we have stuff left in music for 600, and we have our category of bloopers.
Can I go for bloopers for $600?
Right on.
In part 2, when Jesse is seen unpacking his room and he turns on the music, which button does he hit instead of play?
Alex.
What is record? All right.
Latrice, what you got?
What is stop?
So that leaves Jim. Would you like to give it a shot?
Sure. What is pause?
The answer would be, what is fast forward? So that has Jim still on the board. What are we going with, sir?
Bloopers for 800.
Well, the good news is this leads to a video clue.
Nice.
So let's go ahead and play our video clue.
It is now time for a video clue.
What?
Okay, losers. Here it comes. Okay, here comes your question. Now, when we were on set and we were waiting for the enormous snake penis to come onto set, the Freddy penis. Man, that guy is hung like a damn worm that's 8 feet long. Anyway, we were waiting for that thing to show up on set. And when it did, we had a bit of a problem. Who knows exactly what that problem is? Raise your hands.
Okay.
So
I know it could be a few of them, but I'm going to go with they had to repaint it because it looked too phallic. What is they had to paint it because it looked too phallic?
Scorekeeper, you have the exact wording. She has given me the nod, so right
Yeah,
on.
I think that's close enough.
Right on.
Nick, I hope I made you proud. I know you called me a loser at the beginning of it. I hope I made you proud.
Alrighty then.
Can say that's Mick being Mick.
100%.
Mick, we love you, and we hope Chattanooga's going well for you. He's currently at a Chattanooga show with Miss Lisa Wilcox. So, So, Mr. Jim, since you had that wonderful answer there, you loser.
Fish?
Yeah.
Pony?
Yes.
Hip? Hip hop? Hip hop anonymous? Damn you! You gave him the easy ones!
What is the next spot we're going with?
Bloopers 4000.
In part 3, during the fight between Freddy and Taryn, Taryn stabs Freddy under the arm. If you look closely, what is the item missing from Freddy?
Any takers? What is the blade on his index finger of glove?
Man, now I want to go back and watch that scene.
You know, on a side note, and it's funny because of befriending guys like Mick and stuff and having them on for interviews and such. It's probably one of my favorites, and it's from Nightmare 4. If you go ahead and when Dan's truck crashes and indents within itself, you can see in the back of the truck a pulley cable or something.
Yeah.
And that was something Mick had told me. Mr. Gene, we got 200 from bloopers and 600 from music left.
Can we close out bloopers, please?
Yes, we can.
Before Nancy goes to sleep, when Glenn is supposed to be watching her, her blue phone is in one spot. However, when she wakes up screaming, it's in a different spot. Where is the phone located?
Alex.
Yeah, what is an alarm clock?
No. Latrice or Jim?
Latrice.
I'm gonna guess. I don't think it is this, but what is a pillow?
No. Jim, would you like to take a crack?
What is the coffee maker?
No. It would have been her phone. So the phone was on the left-hand side next to her chair, and when she wakes, it's on her right side.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we, with that last clue, has wiped out the rest of that category. So we are left with music for 600.
The end credit song, Let's Go, performed by Cool Mo D, was actually a diss track to which rapper, whom he was feuding with at the time Dream Child was being produced?
Latrice?
Who is LL Cool J?
Correct.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah, they were beefing during that time.
And now it is time for our favorite segment, Final Jeopardy. For Final Jeopardy, here is a video clue.
And finally, folks, let's go ahead and get to Final Jeopardy, which happens to be another video clue.
Here's another one. This is, you're gonna have to dig deep, because you're gonna have. I know it's something that horror film fans have a little trouble with, but you're gonna have to think. Okay, I was particularly famous for building a set that actually bridges Nightmare on Elm Street 3 and Nightmare on Elm Street 4. Dun, 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 dun.
Alex looks confident, and he may have a good answer. So does Jim. Latrice, how do we feel about our answer?
I don't think it's the answer, but it's one that I put down.
All right, so we will let the birthday girl, Latrice, go first. What do you have?
I have, what is Kincaid's death scene?
Scorekeeper, should I ask for a specific location? Can we do that? Where was that location? Because that is key for the connection.
At the car, spot. Some digits at the car lot or the trash lot, or I can't think of it right now.
Scorekeeper, can we give her that?
It's her birthday. Come on.
Okay, it's her birthday.
Mr. Jim.
It's okay. No.
Mr. Jim, what do you have?
I went with, it's hard to see here, but what is the Junkyard set?
Yep. That's what I was thinking.
I can point behind me if you like, because it's right there on the poster.
And Mr. Alex.
I also wrote down Junkyard. And I tried to draw Freddy Krueger, but...
So, Scorekeeper, can you let us know where we're at?
All right, Latrice ends with 2,100. Alex ends with 3,700. And Jim ends with 11,228.
Whew.
Well, after sweating it out for just about 2 hours because this lovely PowerPoint.
So here is a visual of the final scores that were just read for everybody out there on YouTube land. Obviously, it is a landslide victory from Mr. Jim out of Buffalo. So, here you go, sir. I know it's not the greatest celebration, so why don't we go ahead and announce his prize?
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. I don't think so. Winner, winner, Sheen dinner.
Today's winner is actually getting a special care package with wine included from our friends over at Final Girl Wines, which can be found at finalgirlwines.com. And just so everybody knows, this company, who has been friends of Crazy Train Radio since 2020, is brought to you by a husband and wife duo that brought their two big passions together by mutual love of horror and wine. so why not blend the passions? Check out their site again at finalgirlwines.com, as they have many different prestigious wines from different regions of the world. Would certainly like to thank everybody for participating in today's game, but also watching and listening. And this is the part where we kindly ask for everybody who enjoyed this to like, share, and subscribe to all of our outlets. Thanks.